Hi guys, Autumn here today for my February wrap up. I read a total of 9 books, I think it was. Oh, a total of 10 books. Sorry. So yeah, I'm gonna show you the ones I've read on my Kindle first and then show you the ones I read physically. And as you can tell, I did set up my new bookshelves. So I got 4 new bookshelves, and yeah, I'm liking it, so this will be my new background, and also if you're interested, this shirt is an Amy from LuLaRoe, and it's one of their new shirts, and I really love it, and yeah, so I'm wearing my new Amy. And then, now let's just get to the books. The first book I read was Blue by M.A. Smaltzer, which is a pen name for Macaulay Smaltzer. This is a pen name because these books that she releases by M.A. Smaltzer are a little more steamy. They're more adult reads than her other books, and they're usually short novellas. This follows Kendall and Blue. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars, and this released on the 5th of February. So, yes, but this follows Kendall, who is 18, or like she's, as the story progresses, she's 18 and graduating, and her brother's best friend, Blue, is a few years older than her. And he comes to Kendall's graduation, and Kendall has always had a crush on him, but Blue didn't want to go there because he was her brother's best friend and older than her, so he never wanted to go there. But this book was very cute, short, 5 out of 5 stars. Then I read another novella-like thing in the Burn Me anthology by Kendall Ryan. I read When Stars Collide, and this follows Kenzie and Bartley. Bartlin is a firefighter, and Kenley is a daughter of like the chief firefighter that Bartley is a part of firefighter in, and I gave this 5 out of 5 stars too. Really enjoyed it, and looking forward to reading more books in this anthology. This also came out on the 5th of February, so also new release. Then I read Rough Ride by Kristen Ashley. This is a 1001 Dark Nights novella. This follows Rosalind and Snapper. This is a chaos novella, and that's part of her motorcycle gang. I really did enjoy it. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars, and yeah. And then the next 4 I read are part of a series, and that series is the Fusion series by Kristen Proby. So you have Listen to Me. This series follows 4. There is a 5th one come out in April, so this series follows 5 female girls who have been friends forever, and they open up a restaurant called Seduction, and each book in this series follows one of the girls and her finding her man and stuff. So this one follows, the first one follows Addie and Jake. Jake is a ex musician, and he goes to interview at Seduction to be a act on Friday nights, and stuff happens. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars, really enjoyed it. Then we have Close to You by Kristen Proby. This is book 2, and this follows Cami and Logan. Logan is Mia's brother, and Cami is one of Mia's best friends. And Cami always had a crush on Logan, and Logan is a pilot, so he went away for a while, and then he got injured, and he had to come back. And yeah, I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. Really did enjoy it, and this also was for one of the readathons, I don't know, that I did in, I think it was In Love-a-thon for Favorite Trope, so, yes. And then we had Blush for Me, which is book 3, and this followed, Kat and Mac, and Kat is the bartender at Seduction. So she goes away for a weekend or so to a conference, and she has a fear of flying, and on that plane she meets Mac, who is also going to the conference. And I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. And then finally on my Kindle I read book 4, which is The Beauty of Us, and this follows Riley and Trevor is like a Food Network type director, and he wants to do a few episodes on Seduction and the 5 women. So yes, and yeah, I gave it 4 out of 5. So those are all the books I read on my Kindle. Now for the physical, the first one I read was Something in the Way by Jessica Hawkins. This is book 1 in the Something in the Way series. And the first book by Jessica Hawkins that I read, I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. Really enjoyed it. This follows Lake, who is a senior at high school, and one day she meets Manning, who is a construction worker, and he is working next door, and one day she goes and introduces herself, and then her sister comes out, and this has a lot of drama, but it's really good. I don't want to tell you too much else because I think it's better going not knowing, so yes, but really good. And gave it 5 out of 5. Then I read the sequel, Somebody Else's Sky. This pretty much picks up right where Something in the Way. And yeah, I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I don't want to tell you too much because it is the second book and I don't want to spoil it, but really enjoyed this series so far. So, yes. And then lastly, I read the Strawberry Hearts Diner by Carolyn Brown. I gave this 3.5 out of 5 stars. This follows a group of women who work at the Strawberry Hearts Diner and in a small town, but this mainly follows Janie, who recently just lost her mom, and she she's trying to go somewhere, so she packs up, leaves, and her car breaks down in her hometown where this story takes place, and then she meets Vicky, and she works at the Strawberry Hearts Diner, and then Vicky's daughter Emily comes back and works there. 3 out of 5 stars. I did enjoy it. It was very cute, and this was also the first book by her I read, and this was the only romance review book I read in the month of February. It was one of my 2 books to read. So yes, but I did read it, and those were the 10 books I read in February. What are some books you read in February? And if you want me to do a full review on any of these, just let me know. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.